Alright, so I'm just gonna put this part ahead and say that some of the podcasting we did got cut because when I wanted to stop the recording, Audacity was like, your hard drive's too slow, and so it messed up a few parts. And so if it just like cuts to another part, that's why, and I can't do anything about it. I should have put my phone next to me and recorded it on my phone as well as the Audacity. I thought about it before doing it. I knew I should have done it, and I didn't do it, and I'm dumb because of that. But in any case, that is all, and I guess that's it for me. And so, now, on to that. Boop! Alright, well, now, you can't hear me anyway. Now, it has started. So that's a thing. So now, I can finally explain, I guess, in so many words. But why because I'm going to start this just so I can get it over with. I'm fucking tired of it. Because I've already told this to 6 people, and I can't stop thinking about it now. Now, I can finally get this over with about why I'm so frustrated, quote unquote, with the ColossalCon thing, which I did not have a problem with ColossalCon. I had a problem with everything else. So, so I had the whole week off, so Sunday through Saturday. And so Sunday, I spent at Zach's because we were watching Double or Nothing and then the anime stuff, and then I went back. Yep. Monday, boring as fuck, did nothing. Tuesday, same problem. And then I passed out sometime between 8...
Speaking of, you could have came over at any point in between in those days.
I didn't think about it.
But go on.
Well, I figured you were still at Amazon at that point.
You didn't know. That's right. Fuck Amazon, by the way. Go on.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't know if you were already gone or not. So, yeah, I passed out at some point between 8 to 10 p.m. And then I woke up, luckily, because I had to leave at like 7. Seth said he'd be here at like 7:45 a.m. or something like that. And then I woke up at some point around like 3 or 4 a.m. And I just dig around for 2 hours, get a puller pop, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, why is Seth still on YouTube? Why is he awake? Or is he awake? Or is he asleep? And I sent him a message. And then I'm like, should I bring the Switch dock or whatever? So we could play Switch stuff or whatever. He's like, yeah, you should. Apparently I woke him up with that message, luckily. And so an hour before he was supposed to get me, he was still asleep. That's cool. So that was fun to find out.
Already a good start.
Yeah, you probably can't even hear me to begin with.
No, I'm sure it can.
No, it's barely showing up. Okay, so, and then 7:45, 8.
Just breathe, get it all out.
No, I need to go to the bathroom. That's my problem. That's what's ruining me right now. Let's see. So 8 becomes. No, it was 8:30. I think. I can actually check when that. I don't know why I need to be specific about this. I just want.
Because you're thorough, that's how you are.
It doesn't tell me the time. Never mind. It just says May 29th.
Oh.
I thought it did. In any case, some point around that point, he shows up. I pack my stuff within like 10 minutes. Just throw everything I can in my backpack because I'm like, I don't need a suitcase. That sounds like it's a bunch of... I didn't know how much space he had. And that just sounds like a lot of work. It would have been... In retrospect, that was my bad. I should have brought a suitcase and not my backpack. Brought the microphone too. Useless. And so he gets me, and we send the Walmart parking lot for a minute because he was waiting on Logan and Kayla to show up, which I did not know. I thought they were taking their own car. They were not. They were joining with us, and like, why are we both sitting in the front then? And then we both moved to the back, and then they messed around for like 10 minutes, and then they all joined in. They brought their stuff, and then we went and got Ethan, who I also did not know was going to be in the car because once again I thought it was going to be split, and so I thought it was going to be those three, and then me and Seth in the other. And then I did not know we were going to Michigan because I realize now in retrospect he did probably tell me that we were going to his grandma's, but 1, I thought it was going to be one day. 2, I thought she lived in Ohio, not Michigan. So that's the thing. So we end up there in Michigan 6 hours later, driving through what was left of the tornado from Cleveland or whatever, Cincinnati, wherever it was.
Hey.
So
I love tornadoes.
we saw whatever was destroyed.
that was weird to see because I only seen like news videos and pictures and stuff because I don't experience life.
Facts.
It's true. Let's see what happened out of that. We get there at like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., something like that. And then by 6:30, so what did we do in that time? We just talked a lot, and I think that's all that happened. 6:30, all of them but me and his grandparents were asleep. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed... You drive me to a whole new state, to a person's house that I do not know. And more on top of that, your grandparents at that. I'm not going to have anything in common, probably. What am I supposed to do? And I talked to them for like an hour. I don't know how that ended up happening. And then I just laid down and played Final Fantasy X. And I'm like, I forgot. This puts me to sleep the moment I start playing it every time. Same with Persona 4. And so I fell asleep like 20 minutes after that. So like it's 7:30. It would have been like 7:30 at that point. And I woke up 3 or 4 in the morning, and I walk upstairs and I see that in the darkness there's Ethan, Seth, and Seth's grandmother all sitting up there for some reason. No TV on or anything. They're just sitting there. I'm like, that's odd. I don't know. That doesn't matter really, but I just thought it was odd.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was really weird. He was just like, oh, she wakes up this time all the time. I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. More importantly, Thursday, the first day of the con, we did not go to the con. So that was strike number 1. Problem number 1. I'm like, why the fuck are we not? I'm like, why the fuck are we not going? I don't remember their reasoning. Or no, I think it was that nothing happens on the first day. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Nothing happens at court day at all. And I still go to that.
Which you're a fucking idiot for.
Yeah, true. I just like walking around. And so we watched Thor Ragnarok and The Emperor's New Groove, which I love that movie. But it was fine. We listened to New Disturbed.
I'm okay with Thor Ragnarok. I hate Emperor's New Groove and I hate Disturbed. Oh, why?
And I think some Breaking Benjamin was in there as well.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, it wasn't getting any better. It fell off a cliff, actually.
I can hear.
We went to Walmart or something and some grocery store, some really small grocery store, like the size of like the Family Dollar here next to the Big Lots. Yeah, it was super small. It was like the kind of grocery store you'd see in like a horror movie, like that size.
I like how that was your perfect analogy.
I mean, it's the only way I can describe it. It's just weird seeing I didn't think those kind of grocery stores existed still. But so Thursday comes and goes. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Before that, I was like, okay, that's fine. Tia's and pretty much all the other autograph people were like, that's Friday, Saturday. I can deal with that. Fine. Friday comes, and what did we do? We drive 3 hours to go to the con. So we got there. We left at like 10. We got there like 1 or maybe 2. And then I'm like, okay, people. Her thing is like 3:30 to 5. Maybe it was 3 to 5 that day. I'm going to go... Actually, before we get to that point, that was a different thing. Because I forgot that the parking there was horrendous. Where the premium parking was the parking lot. Yeah. And the non-premium parking was the grass. And so a lot of people got stuck in the mud because of how the grass was, because just rain and stuff. And so it was just muddy fields, and it was just awful. So Seth was already mad about that because Logan ended up driving directly into it because I guess he thought he would make it. I don't know. And so it got the mud all over his car. It wasn't a good sight. I took a picture of that. I think I showed you that. So he's already mad. First thing, like, great. And so I'm like, okay, Tia's thing is this time, whatever, because the voice is here too, whatever. Any case, so I walk around for, like, as soon as we get into the thing, I split from them because I don't like being held back in groups, basically. I just want to walk around and just, I guess, soak in the atmosphere or something. I don't know. And so I walk around for like an hour or two just in squares because it was just like 2 big squares. And that's it. What did I do? And then, like an hour before, no, yeah, about an hour, 30 minutes or an hour before, I was in the video game section playing Tekken, getting fucked because I didn't know that you couldn't bring an Xbox controller to it. I did not know this. You can only bring the PS4 controller. And so I was stuck on the stick as Nina against an Eliza. I got one round in, at the very least, and that's all that matters. I still fucked him up at one point.
But you lost, therefore you're bad.
2 matches in a row, yes.
Yeah, you lost.
But I still got that one round, and that's all that matters.
Right, but you lost.
In any case, I leave the thing to walk around more, and then Seth, or I think it was Seth, messaged me being like, yo, Tia's thing is right now. I'm like, dang. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's just the panel. Her thing's not for another 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay. And I wait like 10 minutes. I find them. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go do this. It's in like 10 minutes. And they're like, yo, we're going to leave. I'm like, what? And so this is like at 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. The con closes at 3 a.m. We're leaving at 4 in the afternoon. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, there's this concert thing too that I want to go to that I've now listened to, and I'm now disappointed even more than I already was to begin with. And it's like, how did we go to 2 shows, both shows? And like I wanted to buy their shirts, but I was like, I don't want to buy their shirt unless I go to their concert. And so I didn't get their shirt either. And that also, that also made me mad. That reminded me about that.
You are a fucking walking myriad of problems.
It's just...
Never got to even go to his first concert.
Yeah. And now it's probably going to fucking end up being Kentucky. Great. Unless I can get out of here for whatever other con.
Nope.
I have to.
Nope.
Just for a con at the very least. And so we go out there to do the mud thing, or get the car out of the mud, along with like 4 other... A whole group of people being like, dang, we can't get out of the mud. And we have all this manpower now. Whoa. Sit around because there was like 10 people all over the car trying to push the thing. I'm like, I can't do anything. And we were supposedly we needed to be back by 8 p.m. Grandparents would lock us out or something. I'm like, what kind of fucking reason is that? How? What?
That sounds about right.
I'm like, okay, sure. And we go back, and I don't even remember the rest of that night at all because how mad I was.
Because you were fuming.
I wasn't even fuming at that point. I remember me and Seth were talking about wrestling stuff or something. I don't know. In any case, Saturday, yeah, we go back again. We leave at the same time. We show up at the same time, roughly. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to go do this thing once again, and I'm going to split once again. It's the exact same thing as yesterday. And then her thing was at 3:30 to 5 that day. I know that for sure. And then at 3:23 p.m., I was like, or I looked at my phone because I was sitting around doing nothing, just waiting for the thing. I was like, I'm going to go do the deal. I'm going to go tell them that I'm going to do the gimmick, and then I'm going to, I don't know what I was going to do. I'm going to do the thing. I go to them. We are now joined by Seth's cousin Nick, dressed as Spider-Man for some reason. I guess apparently he comes there a lot, and apparently he used to work at the Kalahari, which was like the hotel for the con. And I guess his girlfriend apparently works there or something. We are accompanied by him. I'm like, I'm going to go do this. They're like, okay. And I'm like, all right. And I go to find the thing. I somehow circle right back to them. I don't know how that happened. I guess I didn't look left at all. And they're like, all right, we're going. I'm like, fuck. I guess we're leaving now. And I'm like, okay. Or because we needed to go check into the hotel. And also they wanted to go swimming and I guess eat. I'm like, okay. She still has another signing from 6 to 8 or 8 to 10, something like that. Probably 6 to 8. And the concert thing was 6 again. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. We go back to the hotel. And I'm like, we don't even need me for this either. They're like, oh, we should... What did... Nick left at some point to get his girlfriend, I think. And so they were gonna eat. I'm like, I'm in no mood to eat at all. That was the point. I was furious at that point. And so they sat around for like 2 hours doing nothing, while Kayla's like, I'm gonna go get a snack from the vending machine or something. And then Logan's like, oh, but we're gonna go eat. And she's like, oh, but we've been sitting around for fucking ever. And so she left to go do that. He got mad about that for some reason. I'm like, what the fucking get over it. This doesn't matter. And then
You have great friends, by the way.
I mean, I didn't really know those two. Seth and Ethan are the only ones I really knew. So,
Once again, you have great friends, by the way.
so they do that, and then she comes back, and then they go to Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. And then they come back like an hour later at least, and I start watching NXT. And they're like, hey, we should do a game of D&D. I'm like, there is no fucking way we're doing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 1, at this point in time, and 2, in this hotel. There's so much set up. And they're like, oh, we can do a quick one. I'm like, I don't give a it's not happening. I'm not doing this. And so I'm watching NXT. I'm like, I'm doing this. Fuck off. And so I just watched NXT, and then I don't remember most of what happened because I stopped paying attention to any of them at that point. And I was watching that about halfway through. At 9 p.m., they were like, yo, we're going to go back. I'm like, I don't even give a shit at this point. And then, because they were going to get drunk and buy some swords. That was their plan.
That sounds like a fucking night.
That's what I said. It's not a good idea. And Kayla was going to be the one driving back. I'm like, not one part of this plan sounds good. I mean, I don't really know her as a driver at all, but regardless, that's why I don't trust it, because I don't really trust many people at driving, really. And so we park in the parking lot. It's storming, of course, as it does. It rains and thunderstorm. Great. And so they're like, yo, you can go in first. They're going to get drunk out there and then go in or something. And I'm like, okay. And I carried my Switch in. And they're like, oh, why do you need your electronics? I'm like, so I have something to do. There's a video game room. There's 2 video game rooms, in fact. I'll have something to do, at the very least. And then I just sit around and play Team Sonic Racing and Smash, just in case someone popped up or something. I don't know. I didn't really have a plan. I just sat around. And then I eventually sit them to my left. And then that was as soon as I finished playing Smash, I got up. I went to my right. I'm like, I'm not dealing with them. I then saw the back of Nick's girlfriend, as well as Nick, there too. They joined, I guess. And then I went into the arcade video game room, specifically, and played Metal Slug 3. That's a fun game.
Great game.
Someone joined in with me. We got almost through the entire game.
Impressive.
I think, is there only like 5 stages?
It's not very long at all.
Because I know the trophies only have like 5 stages.
Yeah, it's not very long at all.
Because we got to the 4th stage, I think. The zombie one's the best one.
Yeah.
That or, not the, like there's that swimming level, but then it turns into like the elevator thing. I don't like the elevator section, but the swimming part was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't play that. I realized I'd only played like the first mission ever, even though I have it on Vita, PS4, and PC. I don't know why.
Well, that's just the one most people remember, because that's usually as far as you get on one credit, and it's like, fuck this game.
Yeah, but it's free play, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no excuse. In any case, I finished doing that. I looked at my phone, got a call, as well as 2 messages from Logan being like, yo, we're leaving again. And I'm like, it has been 1 hour. 1 hour we have been here, and they are already leaving again. And then I go talk to them, and they're like, man, Seth's drunk. But they didn't know, even though every day at the beginning before we left, I'm like, oh, the thing closes this time, the con closes here, blah, 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 blah. I'd go through the schedule at the very least. And they're like, we didn't know that the dealers closed at 9. Because apparently, supposedly, it closed at midnight last year. They didn't realize that. I'm like, I have been reading the schedule every day, every time. Every single time. I knew when this was happening. And then... Sure, he was barely drunk, it seemed. and then Logan wasn't at all. And then we left. The only good side to this part of the story is, I completely forgot. The first day of the con, it was going to go poorly, was Sicko Mode was blasting on someone's suitcase speaker thing of all songs. This time, though, it was beneath...
It's an omen.
Yeah. This time it was in the rain. It's fucking great. I loved it for the 20 seconds I got to hear it. So that was cool. And then that night, I'm like, to them, take the shuttle bus and go myself. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And then so it's like, dude, we'll be up. I'm probably going to sleep for like 4 hours anyway. I'm like, I mean, I don't necessarily trust that because you're drunk. Whatever. I assume you would drink or sleep longer because of that. And then I think, no, we didn't play Fun Employed that night. We played it the night after. Actually, Saturday I bought some stuff. I bought the Haruhi plush and the Konosuba stuff, I think, that day. Sunday, though. Sunday. Football Sunday. That's what I was trying to reference, but I can't remember it. I get up at... No, I hear...
Here's where calamity strikes.
No, most of it was Saturday, but I was still pissed about this, too. I, wake up at 6 because my alarm, but it was vibrating instead of doing sound, even though I set it to having sound. I don't know why it wouldn't do it. I wake up, and I kind of, half fall asleep again, and I hear whispering talking, which is the thing I really like when I wake up, is, just be a dark room, and then, some light, and you hear, people, whisper. I love that. And then people, gradually start coming into the room.
Shit.
I don't...
I hate it.
I love that. I don't know what your problem is.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to go back to sleep.
Even if you're awake or whatever, people, just start gradually coming out, and then everyone's finally out after, 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I love it.
I hate it.
I don't know. In any case, I was happy about that. And then I think it might have been 7:47 or something stupid like that. I don't think it's a specific number though. I just snap awake and just immediately jump off the bunk, not jump off, but immediately get off the bunk bed and just go to my laptop for a minute, just kind of trying to kill time. And then I don't know what happened those 2 hours. That would have been a good minute. Then we went to go get breakfast. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't care about breakfast. And then,
Same.
Any case, at some point at 10:30, we left. I'm like, okay, 11 to 12, 11 to noon. This 1 hour is my only fucking chance at this point. There is no other opportunity because you guys were like, yo, we're going to come back later yesterday. And I was like, her thing is 8 to 10 or 6 to 8. We never came back for that. And there was also other stuff later on in the night that we never went to either. So I don't trust them at all. And so I'm just like, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to go run it and just go get it over with. So I'm just done with it. And then I sat around till 10:50, 10:58. I went to the panel thingy. The thing didn't change to say that she was there, so I was just standing around for a minute. And then I talked to somebody who was standing there too. He was like, "Oh, I've been up for 47 hours." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I mean, I would be too if I was there the whole time.
That's a diehard fan.
But I did that, and they were concerned, one, that the concert thing, that there'd be too many people. I'm like, maybe, I don't care. And then the voice actors in general, they're like, yo, there's gonna be a lot of people. And I'm like, yo, we are filled in a building filled with weebs who do not give a shit about English dubs. No one cares about any of these people, probably. There's a good chance. I don't care.
Fair.
And I'm like, there is no concern for me whatsoever of this. And so I go to the thing. That whole, the lobby before you go into, each of their rooms or whatever, completely empty. I'm like, all right. And I go into her gimmick room, and 19 people I counted. That's it. 19 people. I'm like, of fucking course. And then I sit around and I wait for everyone to do their things, and I'm just like listening and all that. And then they get to me. I'm just like kind of looking away because I don't want to initiate the conversation. She's like, hey. I'm like, hi. And then it's that kind of thing because I can do it. If someone talks to me, I'm in. But I did that. She had her sign. It's like, oh, you can get this print for $20, this thing for $10, this thing. Oh, but hugs are free. I'm like, all right. I should have expected something like that.
Yeah.
And then her handler boy, I don't know what those guys are called, the guys who deal with you before they deal with the person.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're actually called, but he's like, oh, you need to staple your thing, and it like did like a no, not a staple, but like a punch thing. I don't know what they're called.
Hole punch?
Yeah, hole punch.
Yeah.
It was like a heart shape. I don't know why, but it was.
Why
He did that for the thing or the pass, and then he's like, oh, first thing you want is free. Other than that, you have to pay. I'm like, all right, cool. And I don't know if I had to pay for a picture as well, but I got a picture as well for free. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I got the thing signed finally. So that killed my time in 20 minutes. That was it. 15, 20 minutes for 19 people to go through. I'm like, 20 fucking minutes for something I've been waiting 3 goddamn days for.
My dude is heated.
And then, of course, here's the part where you're going to get heated, is as soon as I leave the room, the second opening for School Rumble starts playing on the speakers.
God damn it.
I was elated at that point.
I would have fucking been too.
Also, I forgot to mention that my boy Adam Cole won the NXT title the night before, so I was already in a good mood relatively because of that. I was wearing an Undisputed shirt. I kept doing the gimmick of, oh man, this is Undisputed, and all that kind of stuff. So everyone apparently was not fond of that, but I found it funny.
I want to fucking die now. I forgot about it again. Remind me again.
So I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do now. So I'm going to go run around and buy some stuff. And so I got the Hinata Boob mouse pad as well as the Aqua print. Because I'm like, this first time I'm going to get the heavy stuff, and then when we come back, assuming we come back, I'm going to get...
If I was you at that point, I'd been like, I'm buying everything right now.
I pretty much
I'm not
was.
getting back.
That's exactly how it was.
There is no coming back. Rip.
And then after probably like an hour, maybe it was at like 2. 1 or 2, that sounds about right. They're like, yo, we're going to go to the mall and then eat. I'm like, 1, we have a fucking mall in Lexington. 2, why the fuck are we going to a mall when we have this thing that we paid to get to and had to travel 500 fucking miles or whatever it is for in 7 hours?
I just want to say, you had a great weekend.
I'm like, what the fuck are you people doing? And they're like, oh, but we also want to go swimming, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. 1, this con closes at 5 in like 3 hours. The swimming they also want to go swimming before that closes. I'm like, that closes at 9 p.m. There is a 4-hour gap. They're like, oh, but we want to go eat. I'm like, there's 4 hours. People, fucking just do something. And then Nick was like, oh, I'm going to go do the thing. I'm like, man, I've just fucking jumped with you at this point. I said it right in front of all of them, actually. I was like, I'm just going to fucking jump with them. We went to the mall for some reason. Whatever reason they came up with, I don't remember. I don't care. I found we walked around for a bit. We went to the bookstore in there for some reason. I found the Konosuba book and like the Bloodborne card game thing. And so I got... board game, never mind, not card game. And so I got the light novel and the manga of the first volume of Konosuba. So that was, at least I got that, as well as a pizza from the mall. Great.
Was it Sparrow?
What?
Was it Sparrow pizza?
No.
Damn, Sparrow pizza's good.
It was not great. It was pretty stale.
Damn.
Yeah.
Double damn.
But it was like, oh, you can get 2 slices of pizza and a Sprite for $6 or something. I don't know. I'm like, okay.
That sounds about right.
So I did that, and I walked back. They didn't tell me they left that spot. They didn't tell me anything. that was another problem. I've been like, oh, I said I was going to do this thing. And they're like, oh, but you didn't give us a game plan. I'm like, I have been saying this for a month. This is the one thing I'm going to be doing. What game plan do I need to give you?
I'd give him a fucking note, be like, Christopher's itinerary, 10 to 11, we'll be here.
Do I need to get a fucking lawyer?
I can't.
Or a doctor's note? To excuse me from this bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But, so after the mall, they're like, Nick was saying, oh man, it feels great to be in the Spider-Man suit. Because I asked him about that. I don't know, I brought that part up. But in any case, it led to them bringing out that they were going to go eat. And it's like, oh, we could go to, no. They're like, oh, we can get wings. Or I'm like, okay. We can get steak and shake. I'm like, I'm in. And they're like, oh, we can get pizza. I'm like, I'm all in. We can get Applebee's. I'm just fucking go. Let's go. I'm in for any of this, really. And I end up, no, how did this part happen? No. So.
You should articulate this. You gotta carefully plan your story out.
I need to figure out.
Because none of this is
I don't remember how I ended up back with Logan, and Kayla, and Ethan. Because I wasn't with them for this part. No, okay. So we left. No. When we were about to leave the mall, Seth and Nick, I think, went to the bathroom. I think it was them. And then Logan was like, oh, we're going to go to the hotel to swim. I'm like, dang, I want to do that. But also, I want to go back to the thing. Because I guess they were supposedly going to be going back. I'm like, I'm going to stay with them, I guess. And they're like, okay. And then Logan and them just left. And I'm like, here, just take the fucking manga and stuff, and when they go back to the hotel, to bring the stuff back at least. I'm like, okay. They're like, okay. And then I'm like, I guess I'm with you two now. And then, okay, yeah, I know, this adds up now. All right, so I'm with Nick and Seth. We leave. I'm like, I'm with you all. And then Nick is mad at this point because I guess he had told Logan that he did not have room in his car for another person. Which was true. There was no room in that car for another person. And so...
Was there just two of them?
Yeah.
You can't fit a third person in
There was a lot of stuff in that back. So.
Yeah, fucking clean out your car if you're going to go to con, you dumbass.
Regardless, the point
You're
was...
a fucking idiot.
Regardless, he was like, okay...
I will take you to the con next time. To make sure none of this happens. To make sure you have a good fucking time. God damn, this story's pissing me off.
It's made everyone else mad too. Don't worry.
Your friends are fucking idiots. I know I'm your friend. I'm retarded, but your friends are fucking idiots.
And so we leave, and so Nick is like, "Yo, I'm gonna go." I think he had said that he was gonna go drop off his girlfriend to work, or getting her back. I don't remember which one. I think it was to bring her to work because she worked at the Kalahari. He's like, "Yo, so I'm gonna drop you off at the con because you're probably gonna want to be there longer." I'm like, someone fucking finally listened. Thank you. Top boy right there. Right from that one sentence.
Somebody actually understands me.
Somebody listened to a goddamn word I said. Like, finally. The one person, Nick, of course, the one I didn't know ahead of time at all. I had never seen him before. I did not know he existed.
I knew more about you than anybody else.
Yeah, apparently, and maybe Seth. But I'm just like, what the I can't fucking get over all this shit. And so I go there, walk around for 20 minutes, something like that. I'm like, I'm gonna buy literally anything I can at this point because there is no coming back at this point. It's just not gonna happen.
That's a good philosophy.
And so I bought the wall scroll, which I still need to get from Logan because
Logan, the guy that lives in Ohio?
No.
Oh, okay.
None of them live in Ohio.
Okay.
I bought the shirt and the boob mouse pad. That sounds about right. I think I bought all those at once. And then the statue. Big boy bag came with, thankfully. So I just threw all that shit in there. And then they appeared. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to go buy the statue. And they're like, okay. Maybe I was just buying the shirt. And I'm like, I'm going to go do this, take a second. And I need to find it again because I couldn't remember which dealer it was with. $225 compared to $230 from the other one. So I had to find the specific one.
$5 will get you.
Yeah. And so I do that. I find them again. We walk around for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, why couldn't we have done this from the fucking beginning? What is going on? And then we end up in the stores, I guess. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I was only in there for like 10 minutes. Oh, just all you come get it. And then someone's like, yeah, someone buy her shit or something like that. We left. We went back to the hotel and then dropped all my stuff there. We dicked around for like 30 minutes. Fighter Z for a minute. A good minute. We played like 2 rounds. And then we went to go get food. Corral, 'cause that's where, or Applebee's. And they're like, I don't really care. It's whatever. And then I guess Seth and Nick decided on a B-dubs. And then so we just turned around and it was like right next. And then also running around, I saw the Final Fantasy 15 group along with Aerith.
You just do whatever.
Okay. Audacity froze for a second, so I was trying to figure out what was going on in your little conversation there. It's fine, it's going still. So.
Good.
I just don't know if it picked up what you just said, so you may as well repeat it just in case.
Nah, just saying Lazy River's where it's at, pretty much.
Alright, Kings Island, apparently 3 hours, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not important.
Sums it up.
Lazy Rivers take away all the pain in life.
In any case, it was not a good idea because I was just walking in the Lazy River, and so I got, what is it called? Not callus, but...
Chafe?
Maybe. I don't know. My middle toes were in a lot of pain because I was walking on the ground in there.
Do they not have an inner tube for you to fall down?
We did, but I was still walking because it was like 2-3 feet.
No. What you do is like you sit your butt in the bucket part and like put your legs over.
I was using the regular inner tube.
Like,
I was using the regular kind, not the 2-person.
You mean a regular?
Like just the regular
just
circle.
The circle, yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about...
You sit your butt in the circle part.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
And like hang over like this, just...
I'm just like, eh.
You're not gonna die. It's 2 feet. You just said it.
Regardless, I just can't figure out how to do that because even with like the 2-person ones, I can't figure out how to sit on it and like just stay on it.
Literally?
I just fall right off it.
When you get behind it.
Like I can't balance myself to even do it.
And just jump and push it up.
Yeah, that's a bit much. That's a big a risk for me.
It's, what are you gonna do? Fall in the water?
I don't like my face being underwater. That's the thing.
Well, listen, you can't have fun in the water if you don't get over that.
But in any case, I do that for 40 minutes, and I'm like, this water's fucking cold. And so I'm like, I'm gonna go see if I can figure out where these people are because I don't have my glasses on and I can't see anybody. It's all blur. And I found them in the section where there's like basketball hoops and like little, just like plushy, not plushy, but like rubber basketball things. And they were doing that. I'm like, okay, I can do that because it was like 3 feet deep too. Nothing was like any deep at all. So
You're not supposed to try to have activities in fucking deep water. That's how you die.
But well, on the other side, it was just there was no activity. It was just that, except for maybe the like log kind of thing that you sit on.
Yeah.
But we're there for a minute, and then they started arguing because Logan's like, "Oh man, I want to go on the giant fucking slide, but I don't want to go alone because it'd be pointless or something because it wouldn't be as fun." And he's trying to get Seth to go. He's like, "Yo, I don't have fun going on slides. That's just how it is. I just don't like them." And he keeps pushing it, and they keep fucking getting angry. And then because Kayla can't because she's pregnant, and I'm like, I can't because I can't swim. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. And so they keep fucking arguing, and eventually they get out to go, I guess, to go do it. I don't know. I never asked them what they did. And then I got out and sat in the chairs to dry off because I was done, and I left them there while I took a shower. And then I walked back as soon as they were leaving because apparently we only had like 10 more minutes anyway because it closed at 9. As it would turn out, I didn't know. But, so that was a thing. And so we did that. I don't remember really the rest of the night after that point. No, I do remember because Nick showed up eventually again without his girlfriend in person because I guess she was because she was working at that point. Yeah, okay. I remember now because he picked her up as soon as he was leaving. We played Fun Employed about 3 times, not just then, but like throughout since Thursday or whatever. No, 4 times. They played one without me. I'm like, yo, I'll join in on this. But then we went to sleep. They didn't bother waking me up to play the first time. I'm like, I literally just said like last night or 2 hours ago or something, I would play. No.
But you were asleep.
What?
But you were asleep.
I don't give a shit. Fucking wake me up.
ain't trying to wake nobody up when they're asleep. That's fucked up.
Hey guys.
Maybe they figured you wanted to sleep.
I didn't.
Then why were you asleep?
Because I just wanted to move time forward a bit so I can get this over with.
That's fair. I feel that. When you're having so much fun at a fucking convention that you've been waiting your whole life to go to, that you just want to move forward time to get it over with.
Whole life being 2 months. I only knew about it for 2 months at a time.
The Richard story.
Because I wasn't even told about it until like the beginning of March, I think. Because I was like, dude, you should go because they have a pool at the hotel, and also you can dub hentai in one of the things. I'm like, I'm in. Fuck it.
Damn, that's what got you.
So I was like, but I don't know. We didn't do the panel because 1, we weren't there at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and 2,
I've fucking been there. If I pay for something, I'm gonna be at everything.
See, had I realized. See, okay. We didn't have the hotel till Saturday. There was a shuttle bus. I didn't know about this shuttle bus until we got there on Saturday. I should have just fucking abandoned them, but I didn't know when they were coming back. That is why I did not stay at the con on Saturday. Because they're like, oh, we're going to go eat, get drunk, blah, 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 come back. I did not know when they were coming back, so I was not going to be there alone for 7 fucking hours. Or however long it was, 5 hours, just doing nothing, waiting maybe to see if they eventually perhaps appear. So that's the only reason I left on Saturday. Because I didn't want to just sit around and do nothing. Okay? That's the only reason. And because I wanted to go swimming. Which we did not do.
My dude is fucking coming in hot.
We did not go swimming on Saturday. They did nothing. They went to Texas Roadhouse and then just dicked around for 3 fucking hours or something. Whatever it was. The HDTV, on top of that, did not have an input did not have an input button, and so you could not switch HDMI, and so I could not connect the Switch or my laptop to the TV so we could play shit. Go on. What? Hopefully the story is seeming relatively coherent.
My dude is fucking lost it. I was just gonna say, don't worry, I'll take you next time. We'll have a good time. Instead of you being miserable and hating your life and coming back to make a podcast out of it.
This was $60 to go to, on top of whatever else they paid for
You
it.
wasted $60 for a trip to Lexington?
Basically.
That's all I'm hearing. And then you spent an extra fucking $300 or so at the place. You could have just went to the mall and bought half of it. We have a fucking FYE. God damn.
I was furious on Saturday. You have no... Like, I usually, like, my mood will, like, just switch for no reason. You have never seen it so quickly just snap straight to the other end. I've never been so fucking mad in my life.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, dude.
I was fuming. Beyond fuming.
Did you take any pictures at least?
Oh, that reminds me. I took 4.
You bought a $100 camera to take 4 pictures.
Let me explain why, okay?
There is no explanation why. Take pictures on the fucking way home, for God's sake, at least.
I thought about it, but I was still mad. Because initially I was like, oh, dang, it'd be cool if I could, like, do a vlog thing. Because I've never done one of those. I think that'd be a cool idea, maybe, to do. And then be like, oh, and then do the thing. But then, by the time we even got to the con, because we skipped the first fucking day, I was already mad enough that I didn't want to do it. For one thing, that's the first problem. Pictures. I don't want to walk up to somebody because I can't do that. It's just not me. I can't walk up, they're busy, they're talking to somebody, I don't care what they're doing. Or if it's half these people are half my age at this point, because they're like 16, 20.
See,
that's the other problem.
That's when you need me with you.
Yeah.
I'll fucking walk up to anybody. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, hey, can this guy get a picture of you? He thinks your cosplay's cool. GG, that's it. I don't give a fuck.
I do.
Look at me and be like, ooh, no, it's gross. I'll be like, alright, well, fuck you.
And I'm like, hey man, can I take your picture? I'm not fucking doing that. There's no chance that I'm going to be doing something like that.
The camera, I'll do it for you.
I mean, I guess.
I don't care. They know why I'm going to take the picture. I'm not going to go home with fucking... People do that, to be fair, but I'm not going to do
I'm not risking that chance of the implication being that. And so I just couldn't get myself to do it. And so the only pictures I took were of the car being in the mud, because I wanted to show his grandparent, or his grandma, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. I took a picture with Tia, of course, because that was the only thing I planned on fucking doing.
And I've seen it.
Yeah, the door's locked.
Doesn't downstairs.
Took a picture with a Star Trek. Took a picture while in the deal. Hello. Took a, with shit, because I guess they wanted to go and do the thing. Like, okay, whatever. And I took the picture, and we're leaving the con, which is the one that everyone has seen.
Yep.
That no one likes except for me. Head, but I guess Seth didn't tell him when he took the picture, and so his head ended up turning directly looking at the camera. That was it. And then
you have missed it. My boy is fucking hot right now. He has gone off, and it has been great.
I'm hearing.
Oh no, you're not even close to hearing.
You have no idea what I just yelled about.
Well, I have news for you.
Okay.
Today is the day that we're getting our bonus checks.
Nice.
Hey, you got some money.
Even better.
Now you can be a little bit more happy.
Maybe. It won't help much, but it is good to know.
All $20 you're fucking good.
It's Kroger money after all. And
What this finest?
I lost track completely of where the fuck it was.
Pictures.
Yeah, I did no pictures, and then by the time we left, I'm like, no, I also wanted to do a pre-podcast thing, pre-con podcast. I was like, oh man, I'll be excited. I didn't know how not necessarily weebs they were. They were more in like the casual side of it, so I didn't really know that ahead of time. I thought it'd be more heavy in. So I'm like, I don't think really that's a good idea to begin with. And then post, I was just furious. I didn't want to have anything to do with them.
Once again,
yeah,
I will take you next time. It'll be a totally different experience.
I mean, I would assume. I would hope.
Yeah, me too. If there's anybody worth me going for.
And then, so Sunday after the pool, I guess we played Fun Employed, and as soon as Nick was about to do his last thing, his girlfriend called, hey man, you can pick me up from off work, and then he fucked off and left. I'm like, dang, the one good person this whole fucking thing, gone. Great.
And that's only because he understands you.
Apparently. And so we went to sleep pretty soon after that. I went to sleep probably 1 or midnight, somewhere around that point. And then I woke up. We all woke up. We got in the car at 10:30. And I guess Nick was going to meet up with Seth before we left to take a picture in the costumes of Spider-Man and Thor. Because he was being the current Thor of him. Thor being like super fat. And there was like 5 people. They all looked awful. Seth was the only good one.
Of course he did. It was a con. I can literally imagine and almost smell that don't have AC.
At least it sounded like there was. It might have just been all the consoles on at once.
All the fans coming off of them.
It might have been.
That's what was blinking there.
Either way, it didn't smell bad at all, so that was a plus. Nick was at the hotel door. He thought we were leaving at 11, but we just had to check out by then, so we were leaving earlier. So they took 20 fucking minutes to just take a picture with each other or something. I don't know what they were doing. We didn't go with them for that. And then we left it around there. We got here at like 3:40, and then I went to work at 8 p.m.
Nice.
And that's the end of that.
Do you feel better?
It's 47 minutes.
Do you feel better?
I don't, actually, at all. Because now I actually got angry now and fucking yelling about it.
Every time you've told this story, I've seen you literally get more and more enraged, and I fucking love it.
It's just fucking every single possible thing you could piss me off with about. I don't get mad at all, usually, at all. And so every single fucking thing you could do to piss me off, they did.
I love it. I love everything about it. To be fair,
Ow!
I didn't get to go to fucking Louisville SuperCon, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I know Ernie's going there.
And I was dying to go to that.
I think Batista's going to be there or something?
Oh, this is in like November. It's already over.
I thought it was this coming one.
No, I want to do it for the last one.
Oh, well, this coming one, I think Batista's going to be there or something.
That'd be cool.
I think. Because I know I was talking to Ernie for like an hour before I came here the day, like 2-3 days ago or whatever. On Sunday.
I just wanted to go because the Ruby Girls were there. I had no interest of literally anything else.
Who?
The Ruby Girls.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and Michael.
And then our boy, of course.
He is not my fucking boy. Fuck him.
Regardless, our boy, I'll refer to him that as, for now, Party Poison,
As cocksucker McGee.
along with Christian, we're like, yo, in October, LA Comic-Con is happening. I'm like, one, there are so many
comics.
problems with this. One,
It's comics.
yeah, it's comic focus. I don't give a shit about comics. Two, that is Los Angeles. Okay? As much as I would love to be there, I cannot go there on Kroger money.
$2,000 trip.
On Kroger money, I cannot go there in 4 months. It's not happening.
No.
In 3. I want to see the boys from The Office, though. I do want to see them. And it apparently formerly was known as Kamikaze Con or something like that, but it got you
Guess what you don't get to do?
see some people from The Office.
Yeah.
Dang, I guess.
Not this time, at least.
And then Ernie was like, "No, if you had if we had room, I'd bring you to the Louisville thing, but we don't have room." Like, yeah, I know. And so that's
That's
my
usually how
options
it
for
goes.
cons this year, I guess.
Damn.
50 minutes.
I would say I would look into the whole SlipperCon and Louisville this year, but I may too be on that Kroger money, and if that's the case, I ain't gonna be able to go to it either.
Well, luckily you could save money maybe for ColossalCon next year in June. June 4th through June 7th. ColossalCon in Sandusky, Ohio.
Don't plug shit cons on my podcast. Thank you.
Mine. Alternatively, ColossalCon East in, I think, Philly. I'm not sure.
That's what
And
you said last time.
I didn't check the date or the place. I just know it's Pennsylvania. Or alternatively to that alternative is, of course, the ColossalCon cruise in January for the Bahamas and Florida.
You're most definitely not gonna go to
Yeah.
on Kroger money.
I'm not going on a cruise. I'm not risking that. I can't stand even standing on a boat, let alone riding a boat. Because I did that, or we went to like, me and my mom and great aunt or something like that. Went in California, went on like some of like the old warships or something. I don't know. I couldn't. We were just climbing up the stairs. I couldn't deal with it. I was already bad.
You were missing so many pleasures in life.
I couldn't. I'd get motion sick or seasick immediately. Can guarantee. I can deal with like the little boat things they got going on at like Disney World or the like Pixie Land or whatever it's called in Stockton.
You mean the little tubes with the fucking motor underneath of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Because it's not a boat.
It's close enough to one. I can deal with that. I can't deal with a real boat apparently. 'Cause I feel sick immediately. But I also don't like riding those because again I can't swim and I'm like I'm gonna fucking fall at any moment. Any gust of wind is gonna knock this thing over and we're gonna die.
A 50,000 ton
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
No, all that's the wind. It's not gonna knock it over. There's fucking force blast waves that don't even usually knock them over.
Yeah. That's how that went. That's why I've been so furious for the past like 2-3 weeks now. Now no. 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm glad you got it out of your system, but it doesn't look like you got it out of your system at all.
It's never gonna go away now because
Which-
that was my first con.
Right.
And so
And look how much fun you had.
on the note of first things, when I talked to Tia or whatever, I was like, "Oh, fun facto! This is also the first person, or the first person I got something signed from." She's like, "Oh, I'm glad I found your Jerry for signing." She was like, she didn't even know how to say that. I'm like, "Yeah," and then that was pretty much the end of
She
that.
tried.
I'm like, There's no way she could have said that in any form.
She sounds very pure.
I'm like, all right, I'll let that pass, I guess.
I want to take Gomer to a con just so he can hide around corners and be like, and do his Gomer thing.
I don't remember any song that played. I remember the Skull Rumble thing. I remember maybe a Miku song playing. I apologize. And I remember, I think, a Hero Academia song. The place was flooded with Hero Academia cosplayers,
Of course it was. Why wouldn't they cosplay a shit show?
along with Persona boys and girls, and Dragon Ball. The only ones that mattered were the ones that I laughed at. And by laughed at, I mean the 6 Dragon Balls, because there's 7. And the people were bouncing around, running around. I'm like, that's cool. and I hear someone yell, "There's only 6 of you!" And then somebody laughed maybe, and then I laughed, and I heard someone else laugh right after that, so I assumed they laughed because I laughed. And I found that hilarious. There was someone dressed as full gear Ainz from Overlord. I couldn't believe I saw that.
That's fucking dope.
It was amazing. And then there was like I saw, when it comes to Pokemon, I saw at least 7 Pikachus.
Shocker.
Espeon, Umbreon, and Vaporeon. That sounds about right. Leaf, I saw like the back. I was gonna try and catch up to her. She turned at some point. I'm like, I'm not even gonna fucking bother. I think I saw someone dressed as Dawn, maybe. Someone dressed as Misty. She took a picture with the Pikachu, of course. Who, as you do.
Right.
Someone dressed as Chun-Li. That's not Pokemon. I didn't mean to throw her into the Pokemon list, but I was just thinking about it because I just remembered about her. Which, of course, she would be there. But for Pokemon, I think that was it for the Pokemon. Also, shout out to the Pikachu that I took a picture with, keeping kayfabe alive and only answering in Pikachus and nothing else. No human speech at all. Just, oh, Pikachu, Pika. I'm like, okay, thanks. Kept kayfabe alive for at least 2 minutes. That was cool. Except for all these other people who have half the fucking body off. You just see their body and then a deflation of Pikachu just hanging around them. Like, at least do this outside.
All right.
Don't ruin this for the kids. On the note of the kids, there was while Nick was dressed as Spider-Man before we left, he took some pictures with some kids. They all looked really happy, so good for them, I guess. I felt happy because of that. I don't know.
Fuck kids.
I don't know.
Not literally, but like, figuratively, fuck them.
I'm nice, I guess, and so that's why I guess I felt happy out of that, and because I do Disney World, or like going to Disney World, and so I guess I understand them as a kid wanting to see Spider-Man and stuff like that. I don't know. I assume that's why. I relate. Anything else? Nothing big, I don't think. Just a second, and then we just walked around. I mostly just walked around. Frankly, I didn't go to any panels. I only walked around because by Saturday, I'm like, if I go to anything, they're like, yo, we're going to leave. I'm like, there's no chance. So I'm just going to fucking walk around, just look at everybody, just see what they're all.
That was the loophole. You just said you're going to walk around and do nothing all day.
Yeah, that's all I did.
That's the loophole.
There was nothing I could do. So I'm like, if I sit down, they're like, yo, we need to go. I'm like, fuck, there's nothing I can do.
We just fucking got here. What do you mean we need to go?
So it's like, fuck. But yeah, 56 minutes now. That's how long this has taken. 56 minutes of me just outside this past like 3 minutes of me just yelling.
Yeah, it's been nice. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you finally get to see me actually angry relatively. Or at least heated, as they say. My voice has just suddenly become really somber and like fucking gravelly. Yeah. Excuse me for that cough, by the way. My voice is just cracking all around. I can't keep it.
He's fucking losing me.
I find I just fucking lost my voice yelling all that.
You're fine. Everything's fine.
I just need a drink, really. But that's probably not going to help anything.
Same.
If you're curious, it is now 5:06. You still have 3.5 hours. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Fucking commit suicide.
Sounds like a good alternative right now.
I made it this far. I gotta stay up, I guess.
Yeah. So.
And then come home and get that fucking big snooze.
Anything else?
$60, Chris,
Yeah.
to go to Lexington.
Pretty much.
To go to a 497-mile away Lexington.
Yeah. Also, the Kroger was a supermarket there that had a wine bar. I don't know why. Tanner. Why? I don't know if you have any idea. In Sandusky, at the Kroger there, they had a wine bar section. Is that a thing like at a lot of Krogers?
It's a super center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just do it there and it's not here?
Yeah, the super centers actually have legitimate bars where people can sit and drink
Dang.
inside of the store.
So we saw that there and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they had like 7 aisles of alcohol. I'm like, oh my god.
Also, Richmond's Kroger, and I'm not sure if they do it at a lot of the super centers, but I know that they do it at least at Richmond. They employ somebody just to do taste testings.
Dang. I wouldn't do it
That's
for
their
that,
only-
but dang.
That's their only job.
What a
They
dream.
stand at a table and they serve samples of whatever alcohol they have to serve that day.
Heck.
That's the dream.
They don't do anything else but that.
What the heck?
Which pisses me the fuck off. Because I would love that job.
Yeah, like once I
I
saw.
mean, I don't have to condition shelves and help people find what they want and check people out.
Once I saw the bar thing, I was like, dang, he'd probably love it here.
No, God, no.
I don't know.
If I had to deal with somebody, because we would have the same fucking probably 5 people in there literally every day, and they'll want to talk to us all
Yeah.
day long. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that bullshit.
And then also, the True Moo milk has disappeared from Kroger and Walmart here. That is at the Pilot gas station for some reason. That is at the small grocery store that was in Michigan. That is at the Walmart there. That is at the Kroger there. I'm like, where the fuck is it here? Why am I buying this every time I go to a store here?
And he's back to 100.
At least I got my fucking chocolate milk there.
Might do
They
it from
pulled,
fucking 20 to 100.
The True
immediately.
Milk from Wendy's as well.
Dang. It's the best chocolate milk besides that other one really good one. But like, why is it gone? I don't get it. It's at only fucking small grocery stores and gas stations. Why can't we at a actual quote unquote store have it?
Because it would make you happy. And God forbid if you're happy.
Apparently.
Welcome to my fucking life.
Oh yeah. Is there anything else you would like to add? Because I don't think I really have anything else other than just me just yelling more.
Fuck party poison. Don't go to cons with people that you don't expect to go be there with. I'll take you next year. GG.
2 5-hour rides. Neither one were good. Well, one was 7 hours. The other one's 5.
I might not take you there. Sounds terrible.
It's 5 hours to Sandusky at the speed he was going at least, and 7 hours to get to Adrian, Michigan.
I mean, that sounds about right though, because when we went to Michigan, it was about 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah. Anything you want to add since we were doing a podcast thing, Tanner?
Were we just ranting about shit?
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to.
Just losing my fucking mind on a daily.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Ow.
They constantly want to die, and this bitch over here won't let me.
Yeah.
But you won't let him either.
Yeah, that's the paradox. That
If
we
you let
fall
him,
into.
he'll let you.
No, he actually won't.
You're right.
See?
I can't help you there, I guess.
Mm. Fair enough. Nobody can help me.
Ow. Your reality be a cruel mistress.
Yeah. At the very least, I hope the story was at least somewhat coherent. I've tried to keep it relatively.
I fucking loved it. It was hysterical.
I tried to keep the timeline alive somewhat.
But did you call them a bitch straight to their bitch?
I should have when I was there.
That's
yeah,
where you
it'll
fucked
make
up.
for a better story. Remember that next time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm done. I don't know if you are.
Yeah. I was
Alright.
just letting you get it all out.
So like, ow. Oh my god, my leg's still. All right.
Also, shout out to my boy Jer.
All right.
Okay.
4. Just because.
Nah, just because.
All right. And that is, I guess, the end of that.